You don't realize how much touch matters until it quietly disappears. No more hugs from your children, no more kisses on the cheek, no more hands holding yours when words fall short, no more simple gestures, a pat on the back, a warm squeeze on the arm, and suddenly you begin to feel less visible, less human, less alive. No doctor warns you about this. They'll check your heart rate, they'll monitor your cholesterol, they'll ask about your sleep, your blood pressure, your medications. But they won't ask, when was the last time someone held your hand? When was the last time someone touched you with warmth, not duty? When was the last time you felt connected? In this video, we'll gently explore the emotional and psychological impact of touch deprivation in older adults, what science says about skin-to-skin contact and mental health after 60, why this issue is so often overlooked, even by professionals, and most importantly, what you can do to bring safe, healing touch back into your life without shame. Because touch is not just physical, it's presence, it's proof you still belong, and it may be the quiet medicine your spirit is waiting for. Part 1. What science reveals. How lack of touch affects the brain, hormones, and emotional health. After 60, we are born with skin before we are born with words. Touch is the first language we ever learn. It soothes us before speech, it grounds us before logic, and it connects us without asking anything in return. But after 60, something begins to fade. Quietly, the hugs become fewer. The physical closeness of daily life, family, work, even friendships, often slips away. And without realizing it, we begin to suffer from something that has a name: touch starvation, also known as skin hunger. Let's explore what the science says happens when we go too long without physical human connection. 1. The brain loses its sense of safe belonging when someone touches us. A hug, a hand on the back, a warm handshake. The brain releases oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone or love molecule. This hormone reduces stress, lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, boosts trust and emotional safety, deepens feelings of connectedness. Without regular, caring touch, oxytocin levels drop. Cortisol rises. The brain begins to associate isolation with danger, which increases anxiety and hypervigilance. Seniors may begin to withdraw emotionally and socially, even from those they love. In short, no touch, no signal of safety. The nervous system stays on edge, silently. 2. The body becomes more vulnerable to illness. In studies of older adults, those who received gentle, consistent physical touch through massage, hand-holding, or even pet therapy showed lower blood pressure, slower heart rates, better sleep, stronger immune responses. Touch doesn't just feel good. It tells the body, you are not alone, you are safe, you can rest. Without it, the immune system stays in fight or flight mode, which increases inflammation, risk of heart disease, feelings of fatigue, complications from chronic illnesses. 3. Emotional stability begins to unravel. When we aren't touched, we begin to feel unseen, unworthy, forgotten. And this shows up in subtle but powerful ways: trouble concentrating, loss of appetite or overeating, low mood or emotional flatness, a rise in late life depression and anxiety. A study in the journal Psychosomatic Medicine found that seniors who experienced physical touch weekly were significantly less likely to suffer from clinical depression, even more than those who were simply checked on by phone. It turns out, presence requires contact, not just conversation. You were never meant to go years without a hug. You were never meant to shrink into your chair, untouched, as life moved past you. The skin does not forget. The heart does not stop longing. And science at last is confirming what your soul already knows, that a single act of touch can soften grief, that a hand held with care can quiet the storm, that your body even now still responds to kindness, skin to skin. Part 2, why no one talks about this and why seniors often suffer in silence. In a world that celebrates independence, needing touch can be quietly misunderstood. After 60, we're often told, be strong, don't expect too much, they're busy, don't take it personally. And so we adapt. We smile politely, we say we're fine, we convince ourselves we don't need closeness anymore. But deep down, something aches. Not loudly, just steadily. And the worst part, most people, even professionals, never ask about it. 1. Touch becomes taboo with age. There's an unspoken message in society. Touch is for the young, for couples, for romance, not for the elderly. And this belief causes real harm. It tells seniors, don't reach out, don't expect hugs, Don't talk about physical needs, it's inappropriate. So we stop asking, we stop hoping, and the silence around something as human as warm touch becomes louder than ever. 2. Doctors focus on charts, not contact. Even in healthcare, the emotional language of touch is rarely addressed. Doctors check blood pressure, medications, bones and joints, but they don't ask, are you being held with love? When was the last time someone touched you without rushing? Because modern medicine often separates the body from the soul. And yet, a gentle hand on the shoulder might heal what pills cannot. 3. Seniors fear being seen as needy. Many elders carry deep pride. They've been caregivers, providers, builders, leaders. So when they begin to feel the quiet ache for closeness, they ask themselves, am I being selfish? Shouldn't I be grateful? Will they think I'm weak? So they stay silent. And the loneliness deepens, not just physically, but emotionally. But here's the truth: needing connection is not weakness, it's biology, it's dignity, it's what kept you alive and still does. You are not too old to want to be touched. You are not overreacting if you feel lonely in your skin. You are simply human. And it's okay to say, I miss being hugged. I miss being held. I miss the quiet kindness of a hand in mine. Because the moment you speak it is the moment you begin to reclaim it. Part 3: What you can do. 5 gentle ways to bring safe, healing touch back into your life, even if you live alone. You don't have to wait for someone to walk in and hold your hand. You don't have to sit in silence, hoping the ache will go away. You can begin quietly, kindly, to bring healing touch back into your life. Here are 5 gentle ways to reconnect with your skin, your spirit, and the calm your body has been quietly missing. 1. Practice self touch with intention. Your own hands can comfort you. Try this. Rub lotion into your hands, feet, or arms, slowly, with care. Place one hand over your heart when you breathe deeply. Massage your temples or shoulders for a few minutes before bed. Wrap your arms around yourself in a soft, silent hug. The goal isn't to replace others, it's to remind your body, I'm still here. I still care for you. 2. Use weighted blankets or gentle pressure tools. Science shows that gentle pressure, like a firm hug, calms the nervous system. Weighted blankets, available in many senior-safe options, can reduce anxiety, help with sleep, release calming hormones like oxytocin and serotonin. You can also place a warm compress over your chest or belly, lay under a heavier quilt, use a neck wrap or beanbag on your shoulders. Touch doesn't always need hands. Sometimes pressure itself is comfort. 3. Connect with pets or therapy animals. If you live with a cat or dog, don't underestimate the power of skin-to-fur connection. Stroking a pet for 10 minutes a day lowers blood pressure, it reduces loneliness, it provides unconditional, nonverbal affection. If you don't have a pet, consider visiting animal shelters, attending senior therapy dog sessions, asking loved ones if you can visit their pets. Animals don't ask questions, they simply offer presence. 4. Join a touch-inclusive class or community. Some places now offer programs that include safe, respectful contact, such as chair yoga or Thai yoga with light partner touch, senior dance classes, massage therapy groups for older adults, meditation or mindfulness circles that include grounding gestures. Always ensure the environment is respectful, professional, and safe. You deserve touch that is healing, never invasive, never forced. 5. Speak the need. Even if it feels hard sometimes, the most powerful way to receive what you long for is simply to name it. Say to a loved one, would you mind holding my hand for a minute? Can I give you a hug? I miss being touched gently. You might be surprised. What seems awkward at first may open a door that both of you were quietly waiting for. You were touched when you were born. You were held when you were small. You deserve to be touched with kindness now, not out of pity, but out of deep respect. Touch is not a luxury. It is a human right, no matter your age. And today you can begin again, with your own hands, with warm fabric, with animals, movement, music, memory, and perhaps with a brave word whispered into the heart of someone you trust. They say time heals all things, but sometimes what the heart needs isn't more time. It's contact, warmth, presence. You've given your life to others. You've held babies, loved deeply, carried others in silence. And now, as the world grows quieter, maybe you wonder, does anyone still want to reach for me? Is it wrong to miss something so simple as a hand in mine? Here's what I want you to hear, clearly and kindly. You are not too old to be touched with tenderness. You are not too late to ask for what you need. You are not unworthy. You are still human, still whole, still sacred. Even if you live alone, even if no one visits, even if your phone stays silent, your body still remembers love. And you have permission right now to begin loving it again through your own hands, through soft fabric, through brave words, through quiet invitations, because healing doesn't always come in grand gestures. Sometimes it comes in the warmth of skin, the weight of a palm, the stillness of connection. If this video gave your heart a little more peace, please like it so others who feel this ache can find hope too. Subscribe to True Senior Wisdom for weekly videos on aging gently, living deeply, and staying emotionally nourished through every season of life. In the comments, you can share what is one gentle way you bring comfort to yourself? What kind of touch has meant the most to you, and how do you miss it? Because here we believe in aging with dignity, not distance. You are not invisible. You are still here, and you still deserve to be held in arms, in memory, in spirit.